Hello everyone. Today we will be going to a journey through a presentation on the topic how to promote ecotourism in India. So, let's begin. Let's see the introduction part. Ecotourism is the catering for holidaymakers in natural environment without damaging or disturbing habitats. It is a form of tourism involving visiting fragile, pristine, and relatively undisturbed natural areas, intended as a low impact and often small scale alternatives to standard commercial mass tourism. It means responsible travel to natural areas, conserving the natural areas, and improving the well being of the local people. Its purpose may be to educate the travelers, to provide funds for ecological development, to directly benefit the economic development and political empowerment of local people, or to foster respect for different cultures and for human rights. Since the 1980s, ecotourism has been considered a critical endeavor by environmentalists so that future generations can experience destinations relatively untouched by human inventions. In developing countries like India, ecotourism is mostly believed as visiting natural areas specially bestowed with wildlife such as forests, sanctuaries, and national wildlife parks. Hence, many state government in India has tendered ecotourism custody to their respective forest department. Now let's see what is the shape of ecotourism in India. In India too, the movement is gathering momentum with more and more travel and travel related organizations addressing the needs of ecotourists and promoting ecotourists in the country. India is one of the most unique countries in the world. The physical, economical, cultural, and religious diversity of India has always been an enigma for the rest of the world. Hence, people all over the world have been attracted to this huge and mysterious land in the East. With India rapidly emerging as a major economic stronghold, every sector in the nation is witnessing tremendous growth and development. Every part of the country is hoarded by heaps of ecoregions full of natural sightseeing locations. The Great Himalayas alone is home to many of world famous eco sites and lets tourists avail eco excursion like trekking, wildlife viewing, orchid viewing, glacier viewing, birding, mountain biking, nature walk. The varied nature destinations provides comparative advantages for tourism in India. Most of these destinations, such as hill stations, archaeological monuments, and pilgrim centers, had been developed historically. In general, ecotourism is mostly confined to wildlife sanctuaries and national parks, the mountain regions of Himalayas, and the islands. Some of the most prominent forms include wildlife tourism, agro-based tourism, village tourism, and even religious tourism. Of this, wildlife tourism is emerging as one of the most popular forms of ecotourism in India. Why Why should we promote ecotourism in India? Let's see the importance of ecotourism. Ecotourism helps in protection of sensitive environmental locations. The protection should be given to the sensitive environmental areas to maintain their unique qualities of environment. Preservation of nature is must to maintain ecological balance of nature. Development should be prohibited near the forest areas. It thus helps to maintain biodiversity of the city by preserving environment. Helps in minimizing the environmental impact on the earth. Ecotourism helps in minimizing the environmental impact on the earth. The conservation of forest, water, electricity, fuel, coal, etc. should be done. The awareness program should be conducted in the tool to make understand the people about importance of environment. Most importantly, it generates income opportunities for the local people. Ecotourism helps in generating income opportunities for the local people. Benefits of tourism help to boost the economy of the country. Tourism offers direct jobs to tourists, guides, agriculture, food and hoteling industry. It helps in improving the standard of the local people. Helps in learning and understanding cultures for different communities. Ecotourism helps in learning and understanding cultures of different communities. It helps to knowing the different region and lifestyles of the people. Tourists visit Spain for La Tomatina festival. People throw tomatoes on each other just for entertainment intention. Now comes the principles of ecotourism. Minimize physical, social, behavioral and psychological impacts. Build environment and cultural awareness and respect. Provide positive experience for both the visitors and local people. Provide direct financial benefits for environmental conservation. Generate financial benefits for both local people and private industry. And finally, design, construct and operate low impact facilities. We must know that in order to promote ecotourism in India, we must put culture in the first place. India is proud of its culture. The Indian culture varies like its geography. It is India's culture which fascinates visitors from different parts of the world. Culture makes a significant contribution to the ecotourism. Further supporting job creation and encouraging infrastructure development is also required. The various religious festivals and events hosted every year, coupled with the historical sites, museums, are magnets for cultural tourists. Culture and ecotourism have a mutually beneficial relationship which strengthens the attractiveness and competitiveness of the place, region, and a country. Culture is an increasingly important element of ecotourism products as it creates in a crowded global marketplace. Now, we must check out the relationship between ecotourism and culture. Ecotourism, likely to be the greatest indigenous culture, are already in the state of decline as a result of natural resource scarcity. In such a case, local people may realize that change is needed and may prepare for it. The key of a successful ecotourism is the incorporation of local culture and populations into the industry. Ecotourism provides funding to preserve and conserve the cultural heritage, give back cultural pride, revitalize custom and traditions as well as open doors for culture sharing and learning. Ecotourism certainly increases awareness among local people who are involved in the traditional art and crafts business. Is India lagging behind in ecotourism? Ecotourism in India is not in a bad state, as India is improving in ecotourism but at a relatively slow pace. The most important reason is inappropriate or no knowledge of ecotourism in India among the local people of a village in India. Sometimes the government is not concerned about ecotourism and there are not policies and schemes to promote ecotourism and development of ecotourism. One of the reasons is also cleanliness. We cannot deny the fact that India has failed to maintain cleanliness. Did this pandemic affect ecotourism? COVID-19 has disrupted normality across the globe, bringing societies and economies to a grinding halt and throwing all aspects of life into uncertainty. With more than 50 million jobs in the tourism sector expected to be lost in 2020. As a result of the pandemic, the ecotourism industry is also at the mercy of the COVID-19 virus. Now, let's move to the conclusion part. So, finally, we have reached to the end of our presentation. We all know that there is no alternative of our earth. If we destroy in this manner, then one day nature may not allow us to stay in its lap. So, it's the only home for the mankind. Let's make a promise to uphold the beauty of our nature and make our country the winner of ecotourism. Let's travel and enjoy the view of the most beautiful gifts of nature, but in a sustainable manner, rather than going to a tour where we destroy the sweet nature. And then we can say that we are the earthlings.
हमें जितना पिछले 70 साल में टूरिज्म को भारत को जिस प्रकार से ब्रांडिंग करना चाहिए, किसी न किसी कारण से हम वो मिस कर गए। आज भी अवसर है और भारत को भारत की नजर से ही टूरिज्म डेवलप करना चाहिए। पश्चिमी नजर से भारत के टूरिज्म को हम डेवलप नहीं करते। दुनिया भारत को देखने आनी चाहिए।
Let's take a pledge to be an eco-traveler.
Promise to be an eco-traveler.
I also promise to be an eco-traveler.
I also promise to be an eco-traveler.
I promise to be an eco-traveler.
I also 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 promise to be an eco-traveler.